because this moment is not ordinary. There is something inside you right now, a quiet weight, a restless thought, a tension you can't fully explain. It follows you in silence, speaks in whispers, and tries to convince you that you must carry it alone. But you were never created to carry everything. Right now, as you're hearing these words, something deeper is unfolding. Not loud, not dramatic, but powerful in a way that changes everything. Stay till the end, because what you are about to realize may shift the way you see your struggles forever. You've been trying to control what feels uncontrollable. You've been holding on, tightening your grip, thinking that if you just try harder, think more, worry more, maybe things will finally settle. But the truth is, your strength was never meant to come from constant pressure. There is a strength far greater than your fear. A presence that does not panic when you panic. A calm that does not shake when your thoughts begin to spiral. And here is what most people miss. The more you hold on to anxiety, the heavier it becomes. But the moment you release even a small part of it, something begins to shift. Not everything changes instantly, but something inside you does. Don't skip this, because what comes next is where everything begins to open. Right now, take a breath. Not because everything is perfect, but because something huge is waiting for you just beyond this moment. Something within you is ready to be released, but you've been holding it back without even realizing it. You've learned to carry your worries quietly, to smile while your mind runs in circles, to appear steady while everything inside feels uncertain. And over time, that silent weight has started to feel normal. But it was never meant to feel normal. There is a gentle truth rising in this moment. You don't have to solve everything to feel peace. You don't have to figure out every outcome to take your next step. Because the strength guiding you does not depend on your overthinking. Stay with this, don't skip, because this is where something begins to shift in a way you won't expect. Imagine, just for a second, loosening your grip on that one thing that keeps returning to your mind. Not forcing it away, not denying it, just allowing it to exist without letting it control you. Feel that subtle space? That space is where something greater begins to move. You are not being asked to have all the answers. You are simply being invited to trust that you are not alone in carrying the unknown. And here is the quiet revelation. What feels overwhelming to you is not overwhelming to the one who sees beyond this moment. There is a calm perspective already surrounding your situation, a wisdom that understands what you cannot yet see. And when you begin to hand over even a fraction of your anxiety, you create room for that calm to enter. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires one simple shift. Let go, just a little. Because what comes next may change the way you carry everything. Right here, in this very moment, something unseen is beginning to realign in your favor. You may not feel it yet, because your mind is still replaying the same questions, the same doubts, the same what-ifs. But beneath all of that noise, there is a quiet movement, steady, patient, and powerful. And it does not rush the way your thoughts do. Don't skip this, because this is where the truth becomes personal. You've been measuring your situation by what you can see. By what hasn't changed yet. By how long it's been taking. And slowly, without realizing it, you started believing that the delay meant something was wrong. But what if the delay was never a denial, just preparation? What if the very thing making you anxious is also the place where your strength is quietly being built? Stay till the end, because this realization doesn't come often, and when it does, it changes everything. There is a difference between holding on in fear and holding on in trust. Fear tightens your chest, speeds your thoughts, and makes every step feel uncertain. But trust softens your spirit, even when the path ahead isn't clear. And here's what you need to understand right now. You are allowed to release the pressure of figuring everything out. You are allowed to step out of the exhausting cycle of overthinking. You are allowed to place your worry somewhere stronger than your own understanding. Because the moment you stop trying to carry it all alone, something greater begins to carry you. And what comes next is where everything starts to feel different. There is a quiet turning point unfolding inside you, and it's happening more gently than you expected. You might still feel the echoes of worry, the familiar pull to overthink, the urge to go back and pick up what you just tried to release. That's okay. This is not about being perfect, it's about becoming aware. Don't skip this moment, because something meaningful is happening right now. For so long, you believed that if you didn't hold everything together, it might all fall apart. So you carried more than your heart was meant to hold. You stayed alert, guarded, constantly thinking ahead. But what if peace doesn't come from holding tighter, but from trusting deeper? Stay till the end, because this is where the shift becomes real. You are not losing control by letting go, you are gaining freedom. Freedom from the pressure, from the endless loop of thoughts, from the weight that never truly belonged to you. And here's the part that changes everything. When you begin to release your anxiety, even slowly, you start to notice something new. A calm that doesn't depend on circumstances. A quiet confidence that doesn't need constant reassurance. It's subtle at first, almost easy to miss. But it grows. Because there is a strength greater than your fear, a presence that remains steady, even when your world feels uncertain. And as you lean into that strength, something inside you begins to settle. Not because all your questions are answered, but because you no longer need them to be. And what comes next will show you just how powerful that shift truly is. Now, something deeper is beginning to awaken within you, something you may have overlooked for a long time. It's not loud. It doesn't force its way in. It waits, patiently, for you to notice. And in this moment, you're starting to. Don't skip this, because what you're about to understand is rare. You've been searching for peace outside, through answers, outcomes, reassurance from things that keep changing. But real peace was never meant to be chased like that. It was meant to be received. Stay till the end, because this is where everything becomes clear in a way you didn't expect. There is a quiet invitation being placed in your heart right now, to trust without having to see everything. To feel supported without needing constant proof. To rest, even when life is still unfolding. And here is the powerful truth. When you give your anxiety over, you are not giving up, you are handing it to something stronger, something steadier, something that does not become overwhelmed the way you do. That shift is everything. Because the moment you stop feeding your fears with constant attention, they begin to lose their hold. Not all at once, but gradually, gently, until they no longer define your thoughts. And in that space, something unexpected begins to rise. Clarity. A sense of direction. A quiet knowing that you are being guided, even when you can't explain how. Something huge is waiting for you, but it can only be felt when you stop carrying what was never yours to hold alone. And what comes next may be the moment you've been waiting for without even realizing it. And just when you thought nothing was changing, everything begins to shift in the quietest way. It doesn't arrive with noise or sudden certainty. It comes as a gentle realization, a calm that feels unfamiliar at first, yet deeply right. Don't skip this, because this moment holds something you've been searching for. You start to notice that the thoughts that once overwhelmed you no longer have the same power. They still appear, but they don't stay. They pass through, like clouds that no longer block your entire sky. And for the first time in a long time, you feel space. Stay till the end, because this is where the transformation becomes undeniable. You are not the same person who was carrying that weight at the beginning. Something inside you has softened, opened, and strengthened all at once. Not because your situation has fully changed, but because you have. And here is the revelation that few truly understand. Peace is not the absence of uncertainty, it is the presence of trust within it. That means even now, with unanswered questions still ahead, you can stand differently. You can breathe differently. You can move forward without the constant pressure that once followed you. Because you are no longer holding everything by yourself. Something greater is holding you steady, guiding your steps, even in moments you don't fully recognize. And as this truth settles deeper into your heart, one final realization is about to unfold. The kind that doesn't just comfort you, but stays with you long after this moment ends. And now, you are standing at the edge of a realization that changes everything, quietly, but permanently. This is the moment most people miss, because it feels too simple to be powerful. Don't skip this, stay with it. All this time, you believed you had to become stronger than your anxiety. That you had to outthink it, outwork it, outlast it. But that was never the truth. You were never meant to fight it alone. Stay till the end, because this final shift is where everything becomes clear. There is a strength already surrounding you, one that does not struggle the way you do, does not get lost in overthinking, does not grow tired under pressure. And the moment you choose to place your worries into that strength, something profound happens. You are no longer carrying the weight, you are being carried through it. That doesn't mean challenges disappear overnight. It means they no longer define your peace. Because now, you understand something deeper. You can face uncertainty without being consumed by it. You can walk forward without having every answer. You can feel calm, even while life is still unfolding. Something huge was waiting for you, and it wasn't outside. It was this shift within you. This quiet surrender. This steady trust. And as you move forward from this moment, you won't be the same person who started. Because now you know. God is stronger than whatever it is making you anxious, and you don't have to carry it anymore. And even after this moment ends, something within you will continue to echo, softly but powerfully. It won't demand your attention. It will simply be there, a quiet reminder that you are no longer where you used to be. Don't skip this, because this final feeling is meant to stay with you. You may return to your routine, your responsibilities, your unanswered questions, but you will carry them differently now. Not with the same heaviness, not with the same urgency. Because something inside you has learned how to release, instead of resist. Stay till the end, because this is where it all settles into place. It's when anxiety tries to return, when old thoughts knock at your door again. But this time, you will recognize them. And instead of holding on, you will remember what you discovered here. That you can pause. That you can breathe. That you can let go, even if just a little at a time. And in that small act, you reconnect with a strength that never left you. A strength that is patient with you, steady for you, and always greater than the weight you feel. Something huge was waiting for you, and now you found it. Not in a sudden miracle, but in a quiet transformation. A shift in how you carry your thoughts. A new way of trusting what you cannot control. And as you move forward, this truth will walk with you. You are supported. You are not alone in what you carry. And whenever the weight tries to return, you already know where to place it. And as you step beyond this moment, a deeper understanding begins to settle into your soul. It's not something you need to chase anymore. It's something you carry, quietly, confidently. Don't skip this, because this final layer is where everything becomes lasting. You've spent so much time trying to escape the feeling of anxiety, but now, you see it differently. Not as something to fear, but as a signal. A gentle reminder that you were holding on too tightly, that you were trying to manage everything on your own. And now, you know another way. Stay till the end, because this is the part that stays with you long after the noise fades. You've learned that letting go doesn't mean losing control, it means choosing peace over pressure. It means trusting that even when you can't see the full path, you are still being guided step by step. And here's the quiet power in that. You don't need perfect clarity to move forward. You don't need complete certainty to feel calm. You just need the willingness to release what weighs on you, again and again, as many times as it takes. Because every time you do, you grow stronger in a way that anxiety cannot touch. Something huge has already begun within you, and it will continue, even after this moment passes. A steadiness. A deeper trust. A calm that no longer depends on everything going your way. And as you carry this with you into whatever comes next, one final truth remains, clear and unshakable. You are held, even when you feel uncertain, and that will always be enough. And in this final moment, everything becomes still, as if the noise has finally stepped aside to let truth be heard. This is where it all comes together. Don't skip this, let it reach you fully. You began this journey carrying something heavy, something that felt constant, something that quietly shaped your thoughts and your days. And now, you're standing here with a new awareness, one that changes how you hold everything. Not because the world suddenly became easier, but because you are no longer facing it the same way. Stay till the end, because this is the truth that stays with you. You have discovered that peace is not something far away, waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. It is something you can return to, again and again, by choosing to release what was never yours to carry alone. And even if tomorrow brings questions, even if uncertainty tries to return, you will remember this feeling. This calm. This quiet strength. This gentle knowing that you are supported in ways you cannot always see. Because the greatest shift was never outside of you. It was the moment you stopped holding everything so tightly, and allowed a greater strength to hold you instead. Something huge was waiting for you, and it was this realization all along. So as you move forward from here, carry this with you. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to control every outcome. You don't have to carry every burden. You can pause. You can trust. You can let go. And in that space, you will find a strength that is greater than your anxiety, steady, patient, and always there when you need it.